Governor Mark Dayton was in Bemidji today, highlighting key safety and mobility improvements funded in his 2015 transportation proposals. Kathleen Cohen was at Bemidji City Hall to find out about those proposals and how they could affect Beltrami County and the surrounding areas.
People pay too much now and they don't want to pay more for gasoline or for anything else, but the hard truth is, our highways have gotten worse over the last 20, 30 years.
Democratic Governor Mark Dayton discussed his transportation proposal plan today, in which he addressed the need for road and bridge repair and his proposed solution to the problem.
I want to rebuild Minnesota's highways, roads, bridges, and public transit so that we have an economically vital state for the years ahead.
The governor's plan would make improvements to Highway 2 and Highway 371, repair or replace 31 area bridges, and provide Bemidji and Beltrami County nearly $2.2 million in additional annual funding per year for use on improving local roads and bridges.
In Bemidji, or in our region, transportation is something that affects every one of us every day. People, whether it's tourism coming here, manufactured goods coming in and leaving, or timber products, everything needs to go by transportation. So this is important to everybody.
I'm excited that the governor wants to do a long-term funding solution, and he also wants to increase the resources that we have.
To fund the proposal, Dayton is calling for a 6.5% gasoline tax, as well as a tax increase on both car and vehicle registration to help fund deteriorating roads and bridges across the state. Republican Senator Paul Gazelka agrees that roads are an issue, but disagrees on how the project should be funded.
We have almost $2 billion of surplus, and I don't think in addition to that we need another gas tax increase. With that much surplus, with projections into the future for future surpluses, I think we should take a chunk of that directly towards roads and bridges. The other thing that we should consider is there are a number of taxes right now that I think are related to transportation but not used for transportation. For example, sales tax on auto parts. None of that, that all goes into the general fund whether the car is gas operated or electric or whatever it is in the future, it's going to be related to roads and bridges. So those would be two simple ways that we could be doing it.
Governor Mark Dayton says that typically there is not a bipartisan turnout for his public discussions on his transportation plans, but today there was. Even Republican members of the community agree with Dayton that roads are an issue.
A core function of government, one of the most basic and core functions that should be nonpartisan, is roads and bridges. Building safe roads and bridges for transportation, for tourism, for industry, and for all the citizens of Minnesota. So if we're ever going to find common ground between two parties, it's going to be on transportation.
If passed by the legislature, Governor Dayton's transportation proposal would provide up to $184 million over the next 10 years for key state road and bridge improvements in Beltrami, Clearwater, Hubbard, Cass, Itasca, and Koochiching counties.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.